DuckTalks is part of Res TV's network of podcasts. Check out res.tv for other great podcasts. It's the week of Monday, August 19th, and you're listening to episode 77 of DuckTalks. Thanks for checking out another episode of DuckTalks. We're going to be talking about DuckTales episode descriptions. Man, what a crazy morning I had. I'll get into that in just a few moments, but before I do, I would like to go ahead and introduce myself. My name's Mitch. I'm one of your hosts for this podcast, and joining me tonight, I have my buddies, Pirate Steven and Josh.
Ahoy there.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Great.
I got an answer back.
I never know what to do when you ask that. I'm like, is that for the audience or is that for me?
I don't know. It's for everybody.
It's for everybody. Guys, we don't have a new episode yet. Everybody should know that. I'm sure everybody's been following it, but we do have some episode descriptions, and man, that's going to give us a lot of content to get through tonight. We do want to start things off by thanking everyone for checking us out, downloading the podcast, checking us out on YouTube, streaming online, subscribing, clicking those bells, whatever you do to find the podcast. Thank you. It's a lot of fun for us to do this. Sometimes it's a little difficult to find time to do it, but we enjoy talking with one another, and you guys sending us emails and giving us feedback just makes it all worth it. We've had so many good emails lately. Long emails. You guys love sending long emails, and we enjoy reading them and talking about them. But it makes it hard to share them on the podcast, so we'll try to condense a few things tonight as we start up with feedback. First things first, let's take a moment to recognize the Listener of the Week. Now, we actually skipped Listener of the Week last week, and that was my fault. So I'm going to go ahead and point out this tweet this week. Kylie has been listening for a little while. We've had some interaction with Kylie online. And a couple of weeks ago, they shared our podcast on Twitter, and they said, "This is my first time tweeting for Follow Friday, so I thought there's nobody better to start with than DuckTalks. They're a podcast that covers DuckTales and the Disney Afternooniverse. I recommend giving them a listen and a follow for all the latest info, news, and merch." And some Kylie's friends liked it and shared it, so that was great. We really appreciate Kylie taking the time to share our podcast with other people online. If you'd like to be the Listener of the Week, be sure to share the podcast and let us know. Send us an email or, tag us in the tweet. That's what Kylie did. And that way we see that you're sharing us. But that's how our listenership, is that what you call it, guys? Listenership? Audience.
No, I think you made that word up.
That's how our audience came to be, is that you guys shared us with other people. And that's just awesome. So thank you, Kylie, and thank you to everyone who has shared the podcast. We had a lot of feedback this week. We ended the episode, and as I was sitting there and editing it, so I guess this was a couple days later, I realized we didn't mention any of our social media or our email or anything. We didn't talk at all about how people could contact us. And I thought, wow, we're not going to get any feedback this week from that episode. And I was wrong, because we got a lot of emails and people messaging us over on Twitter. And I probably need to go check Instagram and see if anybody's messaged us over there. If you have, I'm sorry. But wow, a lot of people like the discussion around Green Magica.
Yeah, Green Magica is making a comeback in an episode in only a few weeks now. Can't wait.
Yeah, I think she's going to get some kind of something of her powers back, because it seemed like she lost when she lost the fight against Scrooge. She lost that green whatever tint to her. So I think she's going to gain something back to get it, right?
Yeah, I mean, an observation, I believe she lost her coloring when when Donald smashed, or the stone got smashed on. I call it the Power Stone because I've been watching Avengers Endgame nonstop this week. But her Power Stone got smashed on Donald's head, and if you look at some of the previews for the episodes that are coming out in September, she has her staff back with that stone. So that might be where her green tint or color comes in from.
And currently, right now, does Lena have it? Because I know that other character had it.
Violet.
Yeah, Violet had it for a while. I think didn't Lena get it from Violet?
I think Violet would have given it back to Lena. Violet had it in the episode where Lena made her comeback, but I would imagine Lena ended up with it, and that's why Magica is coming after them in this. It's Nightmare on Killmonger Hill episode. We got the description here in a little bit to talk about, but yeah, I think you guys are right. I think the amulet, I think that Power Stone or whatever that is that was broken is now cracked, but I think that is going to be the source of some of her power. I'm sure she has other forms of magic. Maybe not. Maybe she's just a one-trick pony. But I'm sure that is the source of that. And, the green was so controversial when we first saw the character. I thought it was funny because, one, I really liked it. And it might have been because it reminded me of Count Duckula. It reminded me of that. I saw a lot of people mentioning that as well online. But I really dug the look. I thought it was nice look for the character, even though it was a departure from, maybe the original design. But I thought it worked. And then when she went back to the white color, I expressed that I wish she'd go back to the green. And so she's coming back green. And we'll find out why. But I think you guys are right. I think that's where it's connected.
And she's not the only character that we've seen with green, I guess, feathers. So it's not like out of the realm for the characters to be that way. And so it's I don't see why it would be much difference. I guess just how she looks, but there are I was that one reporter girl is green as well, and so there's different I guess types of colored ducks, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of diversity in the in this duck bird.
Yeah, we need to get Bushroot in there eventually. So, and he's green.
Yeah, and they could have just made her green, but they made her turn white after the Power Stone was busted. So we'll find out more. I have a feeling that's going to come up because a lot of people didn't like the green when it first happened. So kind of gutsy or trollish to go back to it, and I love it. If you've got a theory about green magica, send it to us because man, we're getting a lot of feedback on that, and that's cool. All right, so we've got another theory here. Now, this theory comes to us from Steve. Steve has emailed us before. If you would like to send us an email, you can send that to ducktalkspod@gmail.com. And we love to read your emails, and we love to share some of them as well. Steve says, "Hi, guys, listening to the latest podcast. This thought popped in my head. Gabby Staberson. What if she is related to someone we know? I think she could be related to Honker, either his aunt or the reboot version of his mom. Interesting if she lives a double life as a mercenary and a housewife. What do you think?" Steve. I don't know that this is going to be the case, but I love it.
Yeah, Gabby definitely has that that look that Honker had from Darkwing Duck. The original. Mm-hmm. So could be. And we also received some fan art of what somebody thought that Honker would look like in this new universe, which I thought was very interesting, like a cool new tech kind of nerd, somebody that the nerds are cool now, so
yeah.
The cool look.
The cool look. I think it would be cool. Well, I'm not going to say cool. Well, you just said cool a lot.
Like 4 times.
You have Binky Muddlefoot, who was, the Muddlefoots were what they were, right? I mean, they were the next door neighbors who always got on Drake's nerves, and he was always trying to sneak by them and not get invited to their house or their cookout or whatever, because they just annoyed him. And yet Honker, their son, was best friends with his daughter, Gosselin. So they ended up intertwined a lot. But what if, I can't think of the name again, Gabby Staberson, which was in Woo, and we know she's going to show up later because we've seen her in the teaser fighting on the side of the good guys. At least it looked like it in that teaser. Spoilers. She was the one with the sword, and Donald's trying to show her pictures of the nephews, and she's telling him about how rough it was to grow up in her family because they trained her or whatever. That'd be funny. I see that the character looks similar. I don't think that's going to happen, but that'd be funny. And it is interesting to think about what those characters would look like in the new Duck universe. Thanks for your email, Steve. And let's see, we've also got some ratings and reviews. We'll start with the reviews first because we love those. So this review came from Satir. I'm going to say Satir because when I said satire, I was corrected, and I wasn't corrected when I said Satir. So I hope I got it right this time. Satir says that the guys over at DuckTalks make every one of their podcasts a delight. Their love for all things Disney Ducks shines, and it sure seems like they're always eager to learn about what they don't know yet. The guys are also quite involved with others in the Duck fan base, which is just the nicest thing. Funny, informative, and entertaining, Duck Talks is a treat. Thank you for that. And yeah, we're quick to say when we don't know about something, and we're interested in learning about it. That's one of the things that, this past year, or the last 2 years with the comics, I had never read a Duck comic, or if I had, I didn't, it was just one-off somewhere. But, man, I've really enjoyed reading these classic comics now. So, thank you to everyone who's reached out to us over and over again telling us we need to read the comics. But, thanks for the review. That's very generous of you, I feel. We also had a review from, and this one's long, Laying You Up from the Heavens. And it says, "Let's get dangerous. Please never stop." And thank you for that. We appreciate the encouragement.
I like how the username is super long, but the comment was really short.
Right.
Yeah, I like to tell people to get dangerous a lot. Obviously it's my favorite Disney character, Darkwing Duck. But then I'm always thinking in my head, you know what, maybe I should tell them to be safe about it. Because I don't want them to get in trouble because I told them to be dangerous.
Good call. I also wanted to point out that we had a number of new ratings come in. We're up to like 26. And so we've seen that number go up. Thank you for that. We're still sitting at a pretty high score. We did, however, get our first 1-star rating. No review, just a rating. Yeah, feel free to email us. Let us know what it is you don't like about the podcast. So much that we got a 1-star.
I'm hoping that they accidentally just hit the wrong star amount when they were reviewing. Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe they thought 1 was good, like you're number 1.
You're number 1. That's how we're going to view it.
Golf, lower the score, the better, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's how you win. Does anybody win at golf? I've never won.
Oh, putt-putt. I'm really good at putt-putt.
Oh, okay.
Mini golf, come on.
We need a DuckTales themed mini golf park.
I'd buy a ticket.
Well, there was an episode. Well, it's not DuckTales, but there was an episode in Darkwing Duck that they had a miniature golf.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Well, I can't think of his name. The ant dude. That's the one where Hamburger Hippo disappears, and the guy's going around turning everything in St. Bernard
into the great golf. We had the great golf episode as well from DuckTales.
Yes.
Yeah. Trying to think of that guy's name.
I can't think of it at all.
Oh, his name is No. Lil Nip.
It's not ringing a bell now.
No. Well, I looked it up, and it's a weird spelling. Lilli.
Oh, it's Lilliput.
Lilliput.
Yeah,
Okay, there it is.
Lilliput.
Oh, Little Put. Like. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So one more piece of feedback. This was over in our Discord. We still have the Discord, and I tell you, we've got a lot of people over there just chatting it up. It's a lot of fun. I like to drop in there. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi at my work discriminates against Discord, so I have to log off the Wi-Fi in order to check it. And a lot of times I'll go a couple days without an update and think, I wonder why I haven't caught anything on the Discord. And that's why. But Joshua is a new member over on our Discord, and he brought up the question the other day asking us if anyone knew how much Scrooge McDuck was worth. Now, he didn't say which Scrooge McDuck. I'm not entirely sure if it's just the 2017 Scrooge, if we're talking classic Scrooge or Ebenezer Scrooge, but how much is Scrooge worth? And it started a lot of conversation about the different places where maybe we've gotten a hint. Because, in Woo, the series premiere, Donald asks Scrooge if he's still and now it's escaping me, is it a gazillionaire? It's something like that.
I don't know how much.
We're gonna get feedback for next episode with the exact answer.
Well, that's what was funny is there are a few exact answers, and to the penny. But I thought that was funny that there's all this speculation about how much Scrooge may actually be worth, because there's even these calculations of where in like a Carl Barks issue it was stated that he could only last this many years if he lost so many millions every day. It was like, okay, so there's actually a figure there. But yeah, there's some fun conversation that takes place in the Discord. I always hate when I come across a fun one late and I've missed out on it, and I try to bring it up and can't get anybody to go back to it. But yeah, check out the Discord. We're over on res.tv's Discord, and you can find us as a sub-channel called DuckTalks.
There's actually a Forbes magazine article online that says how much Glomgold is worth.
What?
Yeah.
How much is it?
According to Forbes magazine, I don't know how they figured this out, but his net worth is $51.9 billion.
Second richest duck in the world.
Yeah. But it's quoting that the episode of World's Richest Duck from the original series and how he stole some of Donald's Scrooge's gold. But I don't know.
All right, so this is a little bit better than IMDb. Wikipedia says the sum of Scrooge's wealth, as noted by Barks in the second richest duck, and it was a Time article, said 1 multiplugillion, 9 obsquat-matillion, $623.62.
Doesn't sound made up at all.
Not at all. It's fun. Well, if you'd like to give us some feedback, of course, we would encourage you to go and give us a review or a rating over at your favorite podcatcher. If it's anything other than Apple, we do ask that you email it to us because we'd love to read it on the podcast, and we don't always see those. And you can email that to ducktalkspod@gmail.com. And, of course, a lot of our conversations take place on Twitter. We are at DuckTalks. You can also find us on Instagram and Tumblr. And, join the conversation with us. For the main event this week, though, we're going to talk about episode descriptions. So over the last, couple of weeks, we've had episode titles. We've seen the air dates, the premiere dates for the episodes, and we had one episode description that we got ahead of time, but now we have all of the episode descriptions for the remaining episodes of DuckTales. Now, to be fair, this should probably still be classified as rumors because it's not officially been released. That typically takes place around the 20th, which would be tomorrow for us. That is Tuesday the 20th. Or they may hold it to closer to Friday because a lot of times they like to release things like that around Friday. But the format of these and the places they've been showing up, they look like they're coming off of the Disney Channel highlights, which we've said over and over again. They come out near the 20th, and it just looks like they're real. So we're going to go ahead and talk about them. Whatever happened to Donald Duck? Oh, hold on. Time out. Spoiler alert for anybody who does not want to know anything about the upcoming episodes. We know some of you are out there. We're going to talk about them. Skip forward a little bit. Probably 10, 15 minutes.
To the end.
No, we've got some duck merch. Anyway, Donald and Penumbra must break out of a moon prison and send a warning to Earth about a looming invasion. That's story A. We also get a story B, kind of unexpected. Dewey and Webby uncover a sinister conspiracy targeting their family. I know a lot of people are excited to get the Donald story, and I'm ready for Donald to come back too and to get this whole moon invasion thing going. But that second story has me more interested today than the A story.
That second story kind of makes me think, and let's see if you guys agree on this one, that we know there is a Fat Mojo 2-pack coming out eventually that had Dewey with a detective hat, and Webby had a hat as well. And we saw Dewey in that detective hat in one of the trailers for the remaining episode. So I wonder if that is going to be the episode with Dewey in a detective hat and Webby in alternate hat, so they can do the figures whenever Wave 2 comes out.
Was that the one where she had like a coonskin cap, or maybe it was a because we've not seen we have seen the woodchuck cap.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a woodchuck hat.
Yeah, that definitely could be it. I had thought about the clip from the teaser, where he's sitting behind the desk in the dark and he leans forward and says something. I think you're right.
The cat. It's somebody let the cat out of the bag or something like that.
Oh yeah, because then it cuts to the Louie cat, which is
but I don't feel like that's the same episode. So
no, not at all. No, I think you're onto it. I think that's going to be it, and I think it's cool because Dewey and Webby were the two who solved the Della mystery together. And so now they're taking on a new mystery. I also think because, I think it was last week I may have mentioned that I thought maybe Penumbra will come to Earth first because there's a clip of her telling someone that the Moonlanders are coming. But now we see there's something about a transmission that they're trying to warn the Earth. So maybe it's her warning. Maybe they get in touch with Della. But that is Whatever Happened to Donald Duck. For those counting, that will air on September 3rd. That's a Tuesday. I would imagine we'll see Duck Knight Returns on the Monday. Just my guess. The next episode, Happy Birthday, Doofus Drake. Louie teams with Goldie to scam their way through Doofus's dangerous party. Huey pushes himself out of his comfort zone in his favorite online game. We've covered that one before. So we're not going to talk about that one anymore. A Nightmare on Killmotor Hill. The kids are pulled into a world made of their wildest dreams. Lena's worst nightmare comes true as Magica Dispel returns to reclaim what's hers. And that is exactly what we expected from this episode.
So we think maybe she's going to get that amulet necklace thing. Does that have a name? I think it has a name, right?
It does. In the episode where she meets... No, because she just kind of says it's a trinket at that point. I'm sure in Shadow Words it's given a name. We'll have to look that up. I'm sure someone can tell us. Tweet at us. Remind us.
I'm looking it up right now.
Josh is going to look it up. while you're looking it up, because I'm sure you've already whoever's listening, that one person is is already Googling it. Let's see if you can find it faster than Josh. It's a race now, Josh. You're running out of time. I think they already have it.
They probably do.
Okay, now I think you've lost.
It's the Sumerian metal.
Yeah.
It's to Demogorgon. From Samaria to Demogorgon. Okay, no, here. So it's the Sumerian metal as a headpiece is what the thing says.
Okay.
So, Sumerian talisman.
Yes. That's it. I'll have to look into that a little bit. The next episode is the Golden Armory of Cornelius Coote. And this description was pretty exciting. Webby leads the kids in a race against the Beagles to find a secret treasure while hiding a secret of her own. Della is forced to teach Launchpad how to actually fly a plane. Again, B story may be more exciting. Delpad. You think that's the thing Frank was talking about?
No, I don't think that's gonna be the thing Frank was talking about. But it's definitely in a lot of people's shipping dreams that's gonna happen. I mean, we know that wasn't Launchpad a better pilot in Darkwing Duck than he was in DuckTales? Like he flew the Thunderquack, but I don't remember him crashing the Thunderquack a lot.
Yeah, no, he was a capable pilot and mechanic.
Okay, well maybe that is what he learns from Della.
I still don't think their friendship's going to get much better. I think it's going to stay rocky.
That's fine. You've been wrong before.
But the kids' story sounds like a lot of fun too, because we've got a treasure hunt in Duckburg. I mean, we've been saying we'd like to see more of this Duckburg, and I think we're going to get that in this episode. I'm thinking the teaser, there's one quick clip that shows the triplets and Webby in a minecart. And I think that's going to be from this episode. She looks very determined. They look scared out of their minds.
It's true, and I think the Beagle Boys were in that clip as well, right?
That might have been a cut from one of the... I mean, we don't know. It's possible.
I hope Black Art Beagle makes a return appearance at some point.
Did you say Black Arts or Black Heart?
Arts.
Yeah, me too. Well, Black Heart was their grandfather who lost the town, who was also the main Beagle villain in the Don Rosa Life and Times. Blackheart Beagle?
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Okay. I thought I heard a huh?
What?
What? Say what? What are you talking about? Yeah, that looks like a great episode. That's probably the one that I may actually be looking forward to the most at this point. Time Foon. When Louie uses Gyro's time tub to steal lost treasures from the past. Who didn't see that coming? A mysterious storm in the present sends all of space and time crashing down onto the mansion. Bubba the Cave Duck.
Return of the Time Tub.
Return of the Time Tub. And Gyro. Not been a lot of Gyro in season 2, has there?
There's been 2 episodes where he's been in. The one where they went back in time with when he was telling the story of him in his prospector days.
Yeah.
And then was Game Night this season?
Game Night, yeah, that was the season premiere.
Okay.
He also had a cameo in the episode where Fenton went on his date.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the closet. Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to some more Gyro. And we're supposed to get a story arc for him this season, right? Wait a minute. Isn't that whole Japan story supposed to be this season?
No, it's season 3.
Oh, okay. I was confused there for a moment. See, I can be wrong. Glomtails. Glomgold forms his own team made up of all of Scrooge's greatest villains to defeat Scrooge's family once and for all. Dun, dun, dun. There was a really good theory that was sent to us by email, and of course I didn't copy it in the notes as I'm thinking about it.
It was an art theory.
It wasn't our theory, it was Jared's. I've got it right here. I got Jared's email. It's not too long. For my part, I expected that Glomgold would lose the bet to Scrooge and then set out to team up with the other villains in a bid to get revenge. First episode, meaning this episode, would involve them taking over the manor, while the second episode, which is the richest duck in the world, is where Scrooge would recruit allies to retake it. It is a pretty good theory and doesn't go... And he sent that before these were found online, so I don't think he had seen them yet. It kind of goes along with it. We may see Glomgold defeat Scrooge and push him out of the mansion. We found out that the home's on Killmotor Hill. Maybe it becomes significant. Cornelius Coote, Killmotor Hill. Maybe there's some stuff going on under the mansion or something. That leads into a pretty spectacular looking episode. The Richest Duck in the World, which is the final issue, the title of the final issue in Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. Or the actual final issue, because there's that one follow-up story that takes place before the Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. Louis, Scrooge, and Alson must escape from an unstoppable monster cursed to hunt down and destroy the richest duck in the world.
Interesting that they include Alson in this, since she works for Glomgold.
Go ahead.
Maybe she's had enough of Glomgold and then goes to work for Scrooge?
Yeah, I think she's going to be a big factor here. And we know that they really like the character and the arc that they gave her. So they've been praising the character for a while, so I figured she would show up again. With this episode, I mean, it looks like it might be the second part of Glomtales. Like, maybe not a direct second part, but Glomtales happens, and maybe Scrooge does lose again, and they're out of the mansion, and this is where things turn around. That was kind of Jared's theory. Or maybe they win in Glomtales in the end, and Scrooge is the richest duck in the world, and that's where this monster comes from. But where did the monster come from? It's just like out of nowhere. You think it'll have anything to do with Killmotor Hill and Cornelius Coote?
I don't know if it... I don't think so. Because it seems like it's something that Glomgold is going to be a part of, and I don't think he's going to be in that episode.
Yeah, he's not even listed. But Alson is. So either the story with Glomgold is resolved in Glomtales, or maybe they didn't include him in this for the purpose of not spoiling what took place. So it'll be interesting. And of course, all that is going to lead to the final episode or episodes, because we don't know yet whether it'll be a two-parter, but we're guessing it's going to be a 44-minute episode. This is Moonvasion. The moon invades Duckburg, forcing Scrooge to join forces with an unlikely ally in an effort to save Earth. Della and the kids search the globe for reinforcements. And we've seen, I can't remember the name of the mummy, the kangaroo. Wasn't she a kangaroo?
You're talking about the Toth-Ra?
Yeah, from the Toth-Ra episode. We saw a clip of her with Jen. I don't know why I can't think of her name. All I can think of when I think of that episode is if these are the mummies, I hate to see the daddies, am I right?
And Burrito.
So there's a clip in the teaser that shows Scrooge all decked out in his Scottish gear. And I'm sure there's an actual name for what he's wearing, but I don't know it. And it looks like he's riding on the back of Manny. And surrounding him is Gyro, the Ottoman Empire brothers. What are the names? Johnny and Randy? Quackfaster, the demon version of Duckworth. I see Mrs. Beakley in the background, Gizmo Duck, Staverson, Lena, and Violet. So I noticed the kids aren't here. I'm guessing they're going to need to be saved or something, because we also had Della's voice, in the end of that teaser saying kids. So I'm wondering who Scrooge is going to have to join forces with. It's someone not in this image, I bet. Or they would have just put it in the description. And we know there's more people on the team because we know Launchpad would be here. And we know Darkwing's riding in with them. We saw that in the teaser. It looked like Jen and at least that one mummy is coming. So yeah, we've got a lot happening in these episodes. Good times. Let us know what you think about the episode descriptions. You can send it to the email or send it to us on Twitter or anywhere on social media. All right. Well, let's take a moment and look at some Duck merch that's coming up. It's August, and at the end of this month, on August 28th, we've actually got 3 comics coming out. It's been kind of short on comics over the last few months, but DuckTales returns with Science and Silence, issue 1. We've also got Uncle Scrooge issue 48 and Disney Afternoon issue 6. Disney Afternoon issue 6 continues a Rescue Rangers story, and it also continues the Duck Knight Returns being reprinted, combined in a giant issue. So that's August the 28th. If you haven't already checked in with a local comic book store, you're running out of time. Need to do that. And then we had some other news. I don't know that we actually talked about this on the podcast before, but we have shared it over on the blog and on social media. There is a company called, now, Pirate, I may get this wrong. Munchkin is the name on the box, but I know that there is another company involved in producing this game, and it's called, USAopoly?
Munchkin is the name of the game, and USAopoly is the big gaming company that publishes and puts out the games. They do all Monopoly and really every awesome board game.
Oh, awesome. Now, Josh, you've actually played Munchkin.
Yeah, I've played the original version of the game. Actually, it's one of the, not the very first edition, but a few editions in, but it's still the original game. And it's a pretty fun group game. I think it's at least you have to have 3 to 6 players to play it. And so you have to have a few people. You can't just do one person and one person. Just because of how the dynamic of the game works. And basically what it is each person has a character, and they are going into a dungeon, and they have to get through different levels of the dungeon. And as they're going through these levels, they have to fight monsters. And they get treasure. If they lose against the monster, they either lose something, or if it's a really strong monster, it'll kill them. And part of the kind of charm of the game is that in the original version, it's got kind of a style of how, the artwork style, and it's got a lot of funny ways of how that style kind of interacts. My baby just woke up. But it's really silly and goofy, and what's kind of fun about it is it has a dynamic where you are kind of attacking babe, you're attacking the other teammates as well as they're going through to kind of hinder their progress, because it's the first person to get through all the different levels of the dungeon.
Now, in the description that I found, this game is getting a DuckTales overlay, and it says the first tabletop game to play homage to the late 80s animated series DuckTales. Follows Scrooge McDuck and his grandnephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, in a treasure-seeking role-playing adventure. So it sounds like this DuckTales overlay will be something that's very fun. I think Pirate was telling me they've done a number of different versions of the game.
Yeah, there has been a lot of different versions of the game where they do different types of things. Where like it could be like a zombie theme or a fairy theme but it hasn't been. It's been like themes that can add on to the original game, while this seems like it's going to be its own set game.
Yeah, and it says custom cards feature fun images from the classic animated series. So do you get like little figures that you're playing with, or are they just like little pieces that mark who you are or something?
The back of the box says the contents is 168 cards, 6 roll cards, 6 plastic trackers, 1 dice, and instructions.
Okay.
But it's really cool. I mean, we love seeing. I mean, we all want more DuckTales 2017 merchandise, but I think it is so cool that there's new stuff coming out from the 1987 version too. I think it's a great. I mean, I know a lot of people that are purists for DuckTales the 1987 version. They really love that version the most, and well, the reason why we're getting more stuff is because of this new DuckTales reboot. So, it is great. I can't wait for us to get our hands on this to see it. It's a cool board game, and everybody's been itching for that Screwjopoly game from the episode 2 premiere, Most Dangerous Game Night. This is our closest thing to that so far, and hopefully it sells well so that more DuckTales board games will be made.
Yeah, and Matt Peters was our listener of the week a couple of weeks back. Actually shared this with us that it is listed at coolstuffinc.com. So coolstuffinc.com. On pre-order, it's supposed to be released per this website this month. And its price is $24.95. We'll include the link for the pre-order in our show notes so people can follow it after hearing this and pre-order this. I'd be surprised if it's out in August. It seems like I'd heard it was going to be later.
Yeah, and most of the other place has it for like a late September type release.
Yeah, okay. But we'll include this. It's the first time I've seen it listed for pre-order. But we'll look and see if we see any other places.
I wish we could find a way if one of us get it to like play it live, or not live, but like video over and play against each other. I think that'd be fun.
Well, we do have that YouTube channel, so we get some more subscribers there, and we can see what we can do.
That could be fun to play it live. We'll definitely work something like that out too.
I just saw that. I'm just Google searching while we're podcasting, but
that's how you podcast.
I know there's a Rick and Morty version too of Munchkin.
Oh, is there a Gravity Falls version?
No, that's a good suggestion. Now,
yeah, we'll have to reach out to Munchkin. We got ideas. We have one more items under Duck Merch to bring up. I think Josh came across this week over at shopdisney.com, or maybe at your local Disney store, I'm not sure. Shop Disney for sure. The DuckTales figure playset is currently on sale for $7.99. Regular price $14.95. And if you've not seen these, this is one of the best sculpts of DuckTales 2017 Donald Duck I have seen to date. We have the set. I love it. They look show accurate, and they look just like the little figures that were used, or the stop motion. I think that ended up being digital, didn't it? But the models that they used for the Halloween clips and stuff last year.
Yeah, actually, it was Eric who's the one who gave me the info on this. I didn't find it, but
I did not see that. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, so thank you, Eric. I wanted to make sure to give a shout out to him because he's the one who told us about it. But I haven't gotten these figures yet. I got the Fat Joe Mojo ones, but I'm looking to possibly go see if they're at that price in the store because I'm really interested in getting a set of those.
Yeah, they're perfect for birthday like cakes, like toppers for decorations. I know we use that for one of my kids' birthday cakes. Everybody at the party's like, "Oh, you did that for you," and well, yeah, but my kids watch DuckTales too, so it was good.
Well, and the poses are very classic poses for the characters, at least early on. The Dewey pose and the Huey and Louie we've seen a lot of, and also that Webby. Actually, all of them. They're all poses that we've seen before and in other figures, but they look really good. And if you've ever picked up any of these figure sets, you know they're great quality. Disney puts out some good things.
Yeah, they have a nice sturdy base there. It looks like a gold coin, almost like they're standing on, and they look great on the shelves.
And hey, if you're waiting on Fat Mojo toys, what better way to fill that need for a little while with these?
I think Shop Disney's has been slacking a little bit lately with getting new DuckTales merchandise out, because I know we search every Monday when new products come out, and they haven't had anything in a while. Hopefully they'll get something going for the Christmas holiday season.
With the show coming back, I think it's likely we'll start to see stuff again. I'm really hoping so. Anyway, man, I picked up a number of those Fat Mojo toys at discount stores in the last few weeks because, I had a set that I gave to the girls and they've been playing with them. And I was like, I'd really like to have a set of my own. And when they're $3 and $4 each, why not, right? So I've grabbed a few of those, and man, the quality of these figures are so much. Like the other day, the foot off of my Funko launch pad broke, and I had to glue it back on. And I was looking at the figure and just admiring actually how really nice the Funko figure looks. I can't wait to see new figures, especially if we're going to get a Gizmo Duck and a Darkwing Duck. And I know that this is just going to entice people to start emailing us and messaging us like crazy again about when are we going to see Fat Mojo's toy line. We still don't know, but hopefully soon. I think we've talked about enough. We almost hit that 45-minute mark. I think we're going to stop right here, and we're just going to say thank you for listening to the episode. Please reach out to us and give us your feedback. We want to hear from you over on Twitter at DuckTalks, Instagram, Tumblr, DuckTalksPod@gmail.com. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. So until next time.
Stay glom golden. Stay glom golden.
I thought of a new catchphrase to say goodbye to this week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, we'll see you next time at the same duck time, same duck channel.
That feels classic. And classy. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Yeah, Josh, you've played like the basic version of this game, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the
Munchkin?
Munchkin. Yeah, I have it.
Okay, be prepared to talk about it then. Because we don't know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Was that included in the 45 minutes?
No, I'm afraid not. Because if it was, we're way over. So we're already 22 minutes in. I don't think we've ever done an episode under 30, have we?
No.
Maybe not, no.
Blah, 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 blah. All right, I got it.
But, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about that.